Has any movie ever actually affected or rewritten government policy? Quite a few actually have, some for better and some for worse. But one that really comes to mind is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Came to Know and Love the Bomb. Directed by Stanley Kubrick and released in 1964, shortly after the events of the Cuban Missile Crisis and the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was released to moviegoers at the height of nuclear tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, and the threat of nuclear war was on everyone's minds. The story of the film revolves around a rogue U.S. Air Force general, played by Sterling Hayden, giving the order to launch his bombers against the Soviet Union, without any apparent approval. Among the other plot lines in the film involve in the War Room, which is the command control center for the United States military, and the president, played by Peter Sellers, with his advisor general, played by George C. Scott, trying to keep the Soviets from going to war. Now, Peter Sellers plays three characters in this film. Of course, the President of the United States, Royal Air Force Group Captain Lionel Mandrake, seen here with Sterling Hayden's General Jack Ripper, and Dr. Strangelove himself, apparently a former Nazi scientist.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Now, while the film is actually a comedy, it's what is considered a black comedy because of the themes of the film. And it does go out of its way to poke fun at the military itself and the absolute absurdity of nuclear war and global politics. But because of the time period in which it was released and the events that had taken place leading up to the release of the film, the idea that a lone general in the United States military could release nuclear bombers and start a nuclear war absolutely terrified not only the public, but also the United States government. So much so that it actually led to an investigation of the security of our nuclear forces and how much difficulty it would take for one person to launch missiles. Rather disturbingly, it was determined that one person in a missile silo could launch missiles without any authorization, as there was actually no code system installed on any of the missile platforms of the day. The whole system was completely revamped, and new fail-safes were installed across the whole system. And yes, that's Darth Vader. Now you know how a 1964 Stanley Kubrick comedy changed both government and military policy. Props to history.